embracing my culture and heritage as a Nepali. Thank you.
He's the man with the ticket already. He's ready to go, and so are we. Hearing about Nepal just like all the time, but like everybody, one after the other, it's just giving me goosebumps altogether. But yes, moving on. Next participant that we have among us is Vishal Regni. Give it up for our next participant.
Hi guys. So I came to the US in 2009, and the first time I went back to Nepal was literally this year in January. And even that was only for 7 days. And the only reason I got to go was because I had a friend's wedding in Bangladesh, and I got to spend 7 more days there, and then I had the 7 days left for Nepal. So in that journey, I brought along a few of my friends, and the only thing they knew about Nepal was Mount Everest was there, and I was from there. And so the journey began. And as with the beginning of the journey, on the flight from Dhaka to Kathmandu, we got to see this amazing view of the Himalayas, where they got to check off the first thing on their bucket list. They experienced this amazing view. And on top of that, they also got to see some of the terrains. And came the first day. First thing first, we were jet lagged, so we rested. But then immediately went to Bodhanath Stupa and got to try some big momos. And the next day was a big day, as we went to 3 different destinations. First, we stopped by the Swambinath Stupa, where we could hike up the steep steps all the way to the top. We got to make some monkey friends along the way, where they made some mean face at us. But as that destination was done, we moved on to Chandagiri, where we got to see some more amazing views as we went up the cable car. And at the top, we got to see again the Himalayan range, the amazing view. And on top of that, the city skyline. And moving on, we had to get the Bengali food, and the next destination was Bhaktapur. And there we could have spent maybe a few days, even more. We're not done when we left. And immediately that night, we went to Pokhara. In Pokhara, this was a risk-taking day. Immediately as we got there in the morning, we went to Kusma to do the bungee jumping, and you see me there doing that. And after we got our appetite back, we went to eat more Takali food. And you see a theme with that here. And in the end, we came back to Pokhara to spend the night. We got to see the amazing night sky view, night sky view. It was amazing. The day after, more amazing views. Woke up to see Matsaputre and Annapurna. The whole days were followed by the views. Going to the lakes, Terwatal, and getting to eat the local fish and some fresh squeezed mango smoothie. And got to spend the night at the lakeside. Spent the evening at the lakeside. And in fact, the next day was paragliding. And this was again similar to bungee jumping. Amazing experience for sure. And again, our trip was very rushed. So the same evening, more Takali food, and then we went straight to Chitwan. In Chitwan, our dinner was momo, amazing, again. And the following day, we woke up, went straight to safari. Again, these are some of the photos we saw of the animals there, and this is just a few of them. If I were to put all the pictures, I'll have multiple slides with that. And again, more Takali food. And in the evening, we got to go experience see the elephants at the breeding center, and we ended up our night at a campfire. It was amazing. This was our last day, where we went straight back to Kathmandu. More rice, and we went to shopping at Asan, and we did our friends farewell with the Dhaka cookie, and they were again greeted farewell with the Himalayan range. So I say, give it a try. You just gotta go. And you can be crazy like us and cram it all in and do everything in the 7 days, or you can stretch it out, take it easy, relax, spend a few more days in the city, and enjoy the culture and nature. And we didn't get to do trekking in that time, so we're gonna go back for sure. And if nothing, the Nepali food will bring you back. And all of this was done under $500 per person, which is very affordable, so it was amazing to see. And you can see how my friend here in the US is still trying to find Takali food to this day. And so make sure you visit, because I know I will.
Thank you so much, that was amazing.
From August, I'll probably do a master's. I'm working at another university right now. So I'm going to share with you why Nepal is my ideal vacation destination, and I'm going to share with you why it could be your ideal vacation destination. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me transport you to a land filled with enchantment, adventure, and unparalleled beauty, a place where every dreamer can find their adventure. As a native of Nepal, it gives me immense pleasure, and I'm proud to say that I stand before you today. To share why this incredible country is the epitome of the perfect vacation destination for every traveler. Nepal's allure lies not only in its breathtaking landscapes, but also in the rich tapestry of experiences it offers within its modest borders. All of this in a size about 4 times smaller than the state of Texas. Imagine yourself Imagine a view so majestic. Imagine yourself on the majestic. I'm sorry. Imagine standing in awe before the majestic peaks of the Himalayas and feeling that crisp mountain air invigorate your spirit as you embark on a trek along iconic trails like the Annapurna Circuit or the foothills of Mount Everest. Picture yourself soaring through the skies on a paragliding adventure over the picturesque Pokhara Valley, or navigating the exhilarating rapids of the Botekusi River on a rafting expedition. In Nepal, adventure awaits you at every turn, beckoning you to push those boundaries of exploration and embracing the thrill of the unknown. But Nepal's not just about adrenaline-pumping escapades. It is a land steeped in rich cultural heritage and spiritual significance. You could lose yourselves in the streets of Kathmandu, Bhaktapur, and Patan, where ancient temples and bustling markets offer a glimpse into centuries-old traditions. You could experience the vibrant tapestry of Nepalese tradition come to life during its festivals, where music and dance and colors and lights all unite in a joyous celebration of life. And in the center of it all, you can immerse yourself in the warmth and hospitality of Nepalese people, whose genuine kindness and welcoming nature will leave an indelible mark on your heart. As you explore Nepal, you'll find a myriad of other activities to delight you. You could go on a yoga retreat up in the Himalayas to find inner peace, or you could find your inner peace in a yoga retreat up in the Himalayas, or experience the traditional Nepalese culture firsthand in one of our many homestays across the country. And don't forget to embark on a culinary journey, of course, savoring the diverse flavors of the Nepalese cuisine, ranging from momo to gundur to dal bhat to jiro. Whatever your interest may be, Nepal offers a wealth of experiences to enrich your journey and create lasting memories. So to conclude, Nepal is more than just a vacation destination. It's a transformative experience that invites you on a path of self-discovery, adventure, and personal growth. So I urge you to join me, pack your bags, leave the comforts of home, and let Nepal enchant you with its endless possibilities. Whether you seek the thrill of adventure, the richness of culture, or simply just a moment of peace amidst nature's embrace, Nepal is something to offer every traveler. That is why it's my ideal vacation destination. Thank you.
Next up, we have Roshan Swedi as our next participant. Roshan.
Own Maryland chapter, NRNA USA Trade and Tourism Committee, and supported by the Youth Student and Sports Committee, to tell you why Nepal is unmatched as my ideal vacation destination. Me being born in Nepal and I moved here when I was 10, it is extremely important to me to embrace in the culture, because that's extremely difficult to do when you're here and surrounded with every other culture. Even right outside, someone was preaching to us about Jesus and all that. While I respect other cultures, I really value our own. Which is why the moment that you land in Nepal at the Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu, you get to embrace the densely packed history and culture of Nepal and Hinduism. As you walk through the streets, you get to see just the amount of temples and cultures and many, many murals that are just dedicated to our culture and our history. You get to go to the Pasupatinath Temple, Dover Square, and many alike to see just how beautiful our culture, one of the oldest cultures and religions, really exists in just Kathmandu. And beyond that, if you value other cultures and other places such as Lumbini, it's extremely important to travel there as well, because not only does it have not only is it the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, it is also filled with many, many different architectures that are just completely different from anything else that we're used to, not just here in the USA, but in just our normal places in Nepal as well. Along with that, a traverse to Pokhara is extremely important. Not only is it my birth city and my birthplace, it is extremely important because that place houses many tourist destinations, such as the Davis Fall, which is connected to the Buddhist cave, which is absolutely beautiful. The underground cave system and how the water just flows by is just absolutely beautiful. Along there, the main thing that pushes people to go to Pokhara is Lakeside, which sits right by Fewatal and has, again, going back to the culture of it, Talbarai, which is straight in the middle. You can use a boat to traverse to Talbarai, or use the boat to view the magnificent mountains in the horizon. From there, you can go to Chitwan, which is absolutely beautiful as well. And in Chitwan, you, along with other national conservation areas, you can view all the beautiful animals and everything there. The one time that I was able to go to Nepal, I rode on the elephant to view the Chitwan and to view the national park, and that is something that I 100% want to do once I go back. Another thing that is extremely important for adrenaline junkies such as myself is because Pokhara is filled with so many activities, I was able to paraglide, and I 100% want to do that again. And Nepal has many other activities such as bungee jumping and canyon jumping, which I want to do next time that I go. One of the most important things that I believe I need to do for myself to go on the next level of mental maturity is going on a trek. More specifically, I want to go on a trek in the Everest Base Camp. I believe that's extremely important because not only is it physically, but it's mentally challenging. And I feel like if I can get through that, being as skinny as I am, as you can see, if I can get through that and come out of it, I can go on to this level of maturity and clarity that not only gives me an appreciation of such a beautiful landmark that my country has, but also gives me so much joy knowing that I was able to get past such a big hurdle. Along with that, it's very apparent, just the fact that all of you are here, it's very apparent to us that Nepal is filled with lovely people, people that truly care about their country and people that care about other people as well. The times that I've been to Nepal and times that I talk to anybody from Nepal, you can tell that the hospitality is just on a whole another level. More specifically, we believe in, being Hindus, being Nepalis, we believe in Atithi Deva Bhava, meaning we see guests as akin to gods, right? Like that they are basically gods. And that means that no matter where you go, no matter what part of Nepal you're in, whether you're a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, American, no matter what you are or where you're from, you're treated as family and given the respect that you deserve. The hospitality, the cultures, the places, everything, the people, it makes Nepal the most beautiful place in all of the world and makes it unmatched as my ideal vacation destination. And I hope that I was able to inspire some of you in the audience with my clips and with my speech to choose Nepal as your next vacation destination. Thank you so much for letting
So much, Roshan. When you go on that Everest expedition, please let me know. I'm going with you too. So yeah, how has it been going till now? Are we having fun? Are we enjoying? How is it feeling like Nepal as your next ideal destination? Are we feeling it? Yes? Okay. Regardless who gets that ticket today, we're all going. We have to be inspired by this. Okay, next up, reflecting upon my past travels, I often found myself the journey to be the most memorable part of the vacation. Whenever I was reminiscing about my trips that I had taken back in Nepal, I felt the most nostalgic about the lush green hills, the snow-capped mountains, playing hide and seek with the clouds, the local cuisine, the aroma, the morning prayer bells, and the unforeseen paths sometimes travels brings you in, and the kindness of people that helped me navigate those circumstances. Yes, Nepal is beautiful, the landscape is breathtaking, but the hospitality and warmth of the people is what that keeps me want to go back every chance I get. So let me take you back to a particular journey to Rani Mahal, the Taj Mahal of Nepal. I read about it on a newspaper, and learning the history of Rani Mahal, of how it was made with love for a beloved late wife, aged Kumari Devi by Khadka Samsher, on the banks of Kaligandaki. I was fascinated by its history and had it on my bucket list to make sure I go there. And with my family back in 2018, we ascended the hills of Palpa with excitement filled in the air with our rented van of Rajudai. And unfortunately, he mistook Tansin Palace as Rani Mahal. So I was hoping for something to be at the bank of Kaligandaki, but now I was on top of the hill at a beautiful palace. But unfortunately, another hurdle was it was a local holiday that day, and that was closed too. So looking at all our disheartened faces, Rajudai was very adamant and making sure that we get to Rani Mahal. So we started descending from the Srinagar hills towards Kaligandaki, and due to our van not as equipped for the road conditions there, our car broke down. So again, we were like, oh my god, so many hurdles. I think this is a sign that we're not gonna make it to Rani Mahal that day. But our passionate Rajudai made sure we hitchhiked into a Tata Sumo that had exactly 6 spots left for our family, and we descended towards Rani Mahal. And it was only a few minutes inside the Tata Sumo with the bunch of strangers. We started singing Nepali Lok Dohuri and sharing our stories, building our own bhaka, and I found out like, oh, I can sing Nepali Lok Dohuri too and come up with rhymes on the go. So it is on this spontaneous moments surrounded with newfound friendships that I truly felt the essence of Nepal and how what the traveling in Nepal encapsulates. Yes, Nepal is rich in culture. We have 123 ethnicities, in the diverse geography that Nepal has, even if it's just the size of Tennessee. And Nepal has a destination for all kinds of travelers. If you're religious, you can go to Pashupatinath. If you want, you can go around the Darbar squares, Kathmandu Darbar squares, and experience and learn the traditions there. So, and the cherry on top, Sunna Sugandha Manizai, is the essence of belonging, the kindness of the people that truly sets Nepal apart. So as I leave the stage, I invite you to ponder, what do you remember most from your travels? Is it the destination itself, or the journey, the people that you met and the connection you forged along the way? In Nepal, I discovered that journey is as enriching as the destination itself. Thank you. All I want to say is shout out to Raju Dai, because today we got to hear the story about him. Yeah, and before we move on, we did have 13 registered participants. If anybody just got here, we would like to let them know that you can let us know so we can add you up to the list. So yes, moving on. For now, last but not the least, we have our next participant, Miss Grima Regmi.
Peak in the world. It is also a land with Asia's largest valley called Dan Valley. It is also known as the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Like everybody said today, very beautifully, everybody expressed it very beautifully how adventurous Nepal is. Nepal has whole diverse range of activities that you can do, including trekking, hiking, rafting, sightseeing. But my most favorite thing about going to Nepal is actually camping and stargazing, particularly if you go during the Milky Way season. You have amazing view. So that's my favorite part if I have to talk about different activities. I'm a person who loves art, architecture, culture, history. So Nepal has incredible culture that is preserved in a lot of museums. So I love going to museums there. So Nepal is very old. It dates back to 7th century, and it's amazing to see that until like very recently, to be precise, until 19th century, Nepal has remained untouched by the untouched to the outer world. It remained untouched to the technologies, and that's what gave us all of us mentioned like 123 different castes, because we're so limited, because our topography is so complex that people were so limited and they couldn't travel, so they stayed and built this amazing diverse culture. So every time I go to Nepal, I appreciate the diversity, and I think it's one of a kind. So another very important something very special to me is Nepali temples. It's so rich in architecture, like it's unlike anything. People have tried to classify different type of Nepali architecture and decided that a lot of these couldn't relate to any other known architecture. So talking about temples, another very important, very interesting thing is how goddesses are pictured in our temples. Unlike usually women are associated with kindness, beauty, but if you visit Nepali temples, you see goddesses as these fierce, brave warriors, and this is so empowering. Every time I step into the country, I feel the love for women and respect for women, which I think is very unique. So I cannot forget the diversity in food. So shout out to all the local food. So I'll start with baka of Chapa. If anybody is aware, please you can raise your hand to show support. Yeah, thank you. So Tukoni of Palpa. We have Momo and Yamari from Kathmandu. We have Churpi and Thupka from Himalayas. We have Tekwa from Tarai. So we have all these amazing cuisine, and of course we cannot forget our dal bhat and Thakali food like Vishal showed. At the end, I would like to say that Nepal is very tiny. It's limited by territory, but I think it has a place for everyone and all of us. So I think that's why it's very close to my heart. It will always be my favorite travel destination, and I hope it will be yours too. Thank you.
Like Grima said, divided by so many things, but united by food. So for food also, and she highlighted so many foods from Nepal. So like there's another reason why to visit Nepal. So do we have any participants that came late or anyone? Okay, so that's all the participants we had for today. So we will be giving our judges some time to come up with their results and their decisions, which I'm sure is very hard to decide. Because do you guys agree when I say all the participants gave their best, and it is very hard to decide, I'm sure, for our judges as well.